Welcome back to Achievement Syndrome Psychology from the Couch. It's our Sunday session and we've got a few questions to go through. And look, this one's come through a couple of times throughout the week. I've got an email here from actually a friend over in Australia who said, I'm running out of things to keep me busy and I feel like I'm wasting my life. What can I do better? Interesting one, because I think that when we're in lockdown we've got more time, although it's been really good for us to sort of stop and pause. I think people at that point now where they're going, I need something to motivate myself. And so one of the things that we're doing at home is what I call the sundial activity. And this is actually a time management tool to help kind of focus your attention. Slightly different, I've adapted it because what I'm doing to keep myself well is using the 5 ways to well-being. And so if you think about this as a sun, as my daughter would draw on here with a smiley face, depending on which day it is. If you think about this as the start of the day, and over here this is the end of the day. So the sun comes up and the sun goes down. So by the end of the day, one of the things you can do to kind of keep yourself motivated is actually just to write on a post-it note one thing that you might do for physical exercise. That's one of the ways to well-being. One thing you might do to learn something new. So we know in the psychological research that was done in a UK study that there are a number of things that we can focus on. So many of us in Christchurch and in New Zealand will be aware of the 5 ways to well-being. And so another one of those is keep learning. So think of something. Do you log on and do some professional development online? Do you just watch a YouTube clip? Do you read a book? Do something that helps expand your knowledge in your mind. Another one, links to the 5 ways to well-being, is give. What can you do? Can you give a little bit of your time? So for me at the moment, juggling being a mum and also juggling being a business owner, I think about giving my time. So one of the things we're doing is we've got our own little school that we're going and we give that time and we spend that time and we do that and we stay present. And so for me, that's one of my tasks that I do. So the next one is take notice. So the other thing that we did the other day, I mean, we came up with an activity for homeschooling of just walking around a neighbourhood and having a look at gardens. So look, my daughter doesn't know that I'm doing a psychology 101 on her, but the reality is that has meaning and purpose for me. We walked around, we had a look, we chose 4 gardens in our community and we take photos of them and we stopped and we looked and we smelt the roses, so to speak. And the last one that we've got here is around connection. Now look, this is a challenging one during COVID-19 because connection has, as we know it, has changed. But you can still connect online and you can still connect by calling a friend or calling a family member. And so we know that those things there actually help fill us up. They refuel our tanks. So if you think about the sundial, if you're struggling, if you're feeling like you're wasting your life and you're struggling with this downtime, try using the sundial, and what you do at the end of the day, when you've done it, you move it around. Now look, you might not be able to do all 5, but what it does is you feel quite good when you look at it at the end of the day. I mean, sometimes I only get through 3, but I go, do you know what? I filled up my cup, and that's what it's all about, using this time so that we can focus on some of that wellness. Why not?